It's 1997, and Marc Randolph is sitting in a cramped motel conference room in Scotts Valley, California. His first office. No fancy desks, just a folding table and two hopeful guys, him and Reed Hastings, trying to sell what sounds crazy, renting DVDs online. Their laptops crash on launch day, investors hesitate, and even Mark's own mother needs convincing. How does something so fragile and improbable suddenly flip the world of entertainment upside down? Let's unravel this wild story together. One morning on their daily commute, Marc Randolph pitches an offbeat idea: renting movies via the internet. In 1997, it sounds like science fiction, but that little seed grows roots fast, fueled by stubborn belief and endless experiments. Every day, Mark would throw out crazy business ideas to Reed Hastings, like personalized baseball bats or shampoo deliveries. But one day, Netflix, a simple idea to rent DVDs online, stuck. Hastings wasn't sold at first, but his curiosity pushed them to dive in. This casual morning brainstorming led directly to founding one of the world's most disruptive companies. Mark loved to say, "Don't confuse movement with progress." Netflix became a playground where every failed experiment was a data point, a lesson. Imagine a potter shaping clay, testing each form. Their willingness to pivot, scrap, and try again turned uncertainty into their greatest weapon. Launching Netflix meant crushing setbacks, server crashes, skeptical investors, and early rejections, even from Blockbuster. But instead of breaking, these failures sharpened them. Like a blacksmith heating and hammering steel, each blow made their vision stronger and eventually unbreakable. No Silicon Valley magic here, just grit, scrappy resourcefulness, and relentless hustle. Netflix's earliest days unfolded in a blatant underdog story that feels stranger than fiction. Netflix started with zero fancy tech parks. Mark and Reed set up shop in a modest motel conference room, sharing one folding table stuffed with laptops and dreams of disrupting an empire. It felt more like camping than launching a tech giant, every corner packed with hope and sheer hustle. Not all unicorns start with Silicon Valley VCs. Mark's first investor was his mother. The pitch: convincing her an unproven idea, renting DVDs via mail, was worth risking her money. Her faith gave Netflix the runway it desperately needed to survive those brutal early days when most doors slammed shut. The day Netflix went live was a nail-biter. Servers crashed under unexpected demand, customers called confused, and the team scrambled behind the scenes. Rather than a slick launch, it was an imperfect mess that taught them to expect chaos, adapt instantly, and keep pushing faster. At one point, Netflix tried to sell itself to the giant they would later destroy. Imagine pitching your biggest competitor to buy you out and getting laughed out. This showdown reveals Netflix's guts and grit in full. Netflix's infamous meeting with Blockbuster was wild. Mark and Reed sat across from the DVD king, hoping to sell their fledgling company. Blockbuster laughed the idea off. Instead of giving up, that brutal rejection lit a fire under Netflix to prove the impossible: streaming over physical stores was about to happen. That moment captures a universal startup truth: being dismissed pushes you to evolve faster. Like a speedboat dodging a giant battleship, Netflix accelerated through tech innovation and customer obsession, while Blockbuster stayed stuck in old ways, weighed down by their own success. Years later, Netflix thrives with 150 million subscribers worldwide. The very company that laughed at their pitch is mostly a forgotten name. The lesson: sometimes no isn't failure, it's a signal to double down, pivot fiercely, and rewrite your whole industry's playbook. Remember that motel room, cramped and chaotic? It wasn't just a humble office, it was the birthplace of relentless grit. Marc Randolph's story shows that wild ideas don't flop because they're bad, they flop because most give up. So next time your idea seems impossible, try this: pitch it over your morning coffee. Fail fast, learn fast, and never stop hustling. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.